Hey, what's going on, everybody? So listen, in this video, this is going to be part 2 of my Forex journey. Okay, in a previous video, in the introduction video, I gave you guys insight on how I come to realize the financial markets. All right, we're not even talking about Forex yet, just the financial markets and how my perception of men in suits and ties to me meant that they were successful businessmen. They traded they traded stocks and bought shares of companies and this and that. They had a lot of money. So now let me move this train forward and explain how I grew from that point. All right, so let's go back to high school. I came out of high school at the top of my class in the plumbing field. I was great with my hands. I love to work with my hands. I love to put things together. And coming out of high school, I didn't actually go into plumbing, but I went into construction, installing fire protection. So I was around this stuff all the time. In construction, of course, I got to see a lot of buildings being built from the ground up. All right. I got to go inside of buildings that were already, standing, that were being bought by another, company, or being leased by another company. And we had to go in and we had to, transform what used to be a yoga shop to an office, whatever. So I got to see that. And to me, it was amazing. Of course, during this time, for whatever reason, I remember waking up plenty of nights and always waking up to an infomercial about real estate. So after a number of times having this happen, I said, this must be a sign. And God must be telling me something, that I need to get into real estate. So I said, you know what, let me do a little bit more research in it, or on the topic. And I remember going to Russ Whitney's, I remember going to Carlton Sheets, seminars that come in the area, and a few others, but these are like the main guys. And because I really wanted to learn as much as I could. I mean, I figured I'm already around real estate in a way because I'm in construction. I think I could learn everything else. So remember, I had the passion for it. So what had happened was, of course, during the time during these years, probably a couple of years, I was going to a lot of seminars, and of course I would buy their courses, and it was just a lot of material to read and quite overwhelming, but there was information there that you could tap into. What had happened was, after going through certain seminars and taking certain courses, not really courses like you got to go to a school, just you buy the course online, you buy their package or their pamphlets and stuff, and they teach you this and that, no money down, stuff like that. I said, I think I can do this. In fact, I knew that I could do it. Well, my day job, I was in construction, and during this time, the real estate market was starting to cool off or really change. So there was job scarcity in my field. Think about it. If money isn't moving, if interest rates and stuff are being affected and money isn't being moved and the feds aren't doing this and that, well, what's going to happen is the markets are going to take a hit, and people like myself who was in construction, I found myself being laid off. So here I am, losing jobs here and there. And after you lose so many jobs, eventually you're gonna fall behind on bills. And that was me. I was falling behind on bills. I was a good employee. I would go to work. I was punctual. But when the companies say, "Hey, Mr. Scott, we no longer need your service," or "Mr. Scott, work is kind of slow. We have to lay you off," what are you gonna do? So I was faced with this dilemma, and I had to do what most people do. Most people try to make it work the best way they can. And so this is going to be part 2 of my Forex journey. All this plays a part in where I am right now in life. So in part 3, I'm going to take things a little further. I've explained to you guys up to the point where I'm starting to lose my jobs and stuff, and now I'm going to take it further in part 3. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.